Our latest home improvement or renovation project, which is working on our curb appeal. We recently did some minor re-landscaping and removed a ginormous bush from the front of our house, and it was just blocking the side of the house from the street. Just really ugly. It was kind of the first thing that you noticed when you're like, oh yeah, it's the house with the bush in the front. So we removed that, and I can show you that, and we're currently working on repainting the porch, and I kind of have a whole porch oasis design plan, but I just wanted to show you our progress. We haven't really been too fancy with this, and I'll kind of tell you about what we have done step by step. So I'm going to turn the view around. I don't know if I can do that. Well, I don't think I can. Okay, I'm just going to show you like this. So, yes, here is the landscaping that we did. So this was all like, all these stones were all jacked up, and it was all weeds and just a mess. And then we had a big tree right here, or bush, and then it hid this really cute little tree, which we really love, that we've revealed. So right here was where the other tree was, so we actually completely dug that out, and you can see that there's even some roots there that we covered up. So I restacked all of the stones, and then we did the mulching, and it just looks really clean now. And so now we're working on doing this painting. So we're going to be actually trying to, this section anyway, or our section, we're going to be doing white with gray on the floor and then gray on the ceiling there. And then we have this little railing in between our house and our neighbors, and she said it was okay for us to paint that, but painting's taking a really long time. So we're like, well, let's just see how this goes the first time, and then, you know, trying to get the rest of it that actually has to be done, and then we might just avoid that and be like, it matches her porch, it'll be fine. So we'll see what we decide as this keeps going, but let me show you now the rest. Hi, street. Okay, so the rest of the porch here, so this section, it was a dark brown. It was all pretty much the same as that, and we just wanted to make it pop a little bit and make our house a little bit brighter from the street. So we went through and kind of we just got like a cheap outdoor white, just white paint that we're going through and trying to do those railings. If you can see, I don't know if you can see in this light, but it's just not very solid yet. Definitely sees a lot through. So we might end up just kind of treating that as a primer, and then go in with maybe a really light gray. I like the white because it really makes it pop, and it matches the trim that's on the door. But I just don't know how many coats we're going to have to go over, and it does take a while because it's just the really old wood. So it's all kind of seeping in. And then we have this I don't know if you can even see this. We have this downspout and gutter and all that we might, I've seen them be like a really fun like copper recently. So we were kind of like, well, what if we just spray painted that part copper? Do we paint it white to match the rest? We don't know yet. We're just going to get through all the necessary stuff and then see like if that's something we want to do. And then this here, you'll see this is the floor. It's just kind of how it has been. It's just really worn out. It was painted at one point, but who knows when. So we're gonna do that gray because I just love that, and then we're matching that. What, this is the ceiling here. Hopefully you can see this right. I don't even know how this is filming. But so Ozzy, since he's tall enough to reach, he went in here and was like scraping everything that was loose, and now he started to go over with this paint. And this paint, let me tell you, I'm a big fan of using the Habitat for Humanity Restore for resources. We always go there first when we're looking for paint. And I knew that I wanted to do some paint the stairs to the basement. It's really hot and sweaty, so it's gross. But we wanted to paint our basement stairs a gray. So I got the paint for that, and it took like nothing to do that. So that was kind of my first project that got things going. And basement project will be a whole other video. I'm sure I will update you on that, because that's a mess. But anyway, so then we had a ton of this leftover paint, the whole bucket, a gallon of this great gray with kind of like a brown undertone. $2. $2. So we're like, well, might as well use it. So we're using it for the roof here, and then if we have enough, hopefully we'll have enough, we'll just use that for the floor here again. So my goal is for this just to kind of pop and be nice and clean, and then of course I'm going to put up curtains and chairs and everything, and so I'm really excited for that. But I wanted to do it. It's been about 70s the last couple days, and yesterday was my birthday, so I was able to coerce Ozzy into being like, hey, want to start the porch project because it's cool. So yes, So that's kind of my ramblings. Hopefully you were able to actually see it. Like I said, here's the actual little porch, and that trim is kind of a funny off-white. It's just like this aluminum stuff, so we may paint that too if I have enough paint left and if I'm not sick of it by then. And then you can see our door has the white trim, so that'll really pop. But this looks a ton better. I'll see if I have some before photos that I can post, and you can see the photos of the actual like landscaping before, because it was bad. The house itself is like a dark hunter green or forest green. It's not my favorite. I would love to go over it all in gray, but I think that's really cute. Probably not gonna happen. I mean, we're not gonna be here forever. It's just to kind of like spruce it up before we rent or sell eventually. So yeah, wanted to just kind of show you that, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes. Have a great day and a great week. Bye!